Anyhow, I think the common ground proposal is a very important one, and Cardinal Bernardine had his finger on something that, what do we call it, a kind of lack of civility or a lack of openness or willingness to listen to other points of view. There's a certain kind of hardness and rigidity that it's shameful to say, but Catholics need to find something to talk to their brothers and sisters about, and some way that they can agree, some way that they can find common ground for discussing with one another, because what our liturgy says every Sunday is that we are brothers and sisters, and somehow our relationship with Jesus is given expression in the way we treat other people. So that the Common Ground Initiative is one important discussion today. The other one, I think, is Christianity and the world religions. As I say, I've done a lot of study of Merton, and a friend of mine sent me a T-shirt that had a quote from Merton. It says, the really radical truth is that we are all one. And it occurs to me that this is why, even though we may not agree with the various positions that different people are taking on this question, that somehow we have to admit that God is everywhere, and that all people are involved in what's happening. And people live in different cultures, in different ethnic situations, and a good deal of what they are is what is given to them by this providential God. But as it works out in their cultural and historical situations, they absorb different views of reality and in the end, different religions. So somehow, somehow Christianity has to come to a way of thinking about God being everywhere and not limiting. A friend of mine said, "You mean God isn't a Catholic?" And it's that foolish question that enables us to see that God is bigger than our little church, even if it's a big church, and that within that bigness we can come to appreciate the reality of God, but also appreciate the fact that God moves beyond us. Merton had a wonderful phrase. He said, "We often mistake the finger pointing to the moon for the moon itself." And concentrating on the finger, it seems to me, is saying that our particular historical, concrete situations are absolute, and they're not. God alone is absolute, in my perspective. And so it's important to recognize the fact that there are lots of others, and there's lots of others who think differently, who pray differently, who live differently, and who find meaning in different ways. And to my mind, the meaning is the important thing.